Hey, welcome back. This video is going to start my little fall fashion series where I'm going to kind of walk you guys through what I'm doing for fall, what I'm into, what's inspiring me while shopping, just the whole running the full gamut of everything you will need for the upcoming season. And I hope this channel, this series, will be a good resource for all of your styling and inspiration and conceptual needs. This is going to be my full fall wish list, as well as I'm gonna walk you through some designers that you should know. I have a few items from these designers already in my closet. Some of these are going to be emerging brands, independent brands, so the general audience might be unfamiliar with them, but the amazing thing is that all these brands and designers can be found through the links that I will provide in the description box, so you can shop them. Everything is accessible, which is great. And then the second part is going to be fall outfit inspiration, styling concepts. For me, I personally do not sort of shop and strategize for the season based off of trends. A lot of my philosophy is based around styling concepts. So that could be pulled from old references from years ago. It could be pulled from editorials. It could be pulled from an image that I saw on Twitter or Pinterest. It could be from someone that I saw walking down the street, someone at work. Like, I don't really fall into shopping for trends. That just is something that's not interesting to me. I feel like if you shop and you style conceptually, you'll have a better narrative and a better overall storytelling to your outfit, to what you're putting out there, and to your overall styling expression. And then the third part is going to be a full transitional styling video for fall. That's something that we're kind of already working with the weather and with the season changing, so that will be very, very timely and something that I'm currently going through right now. And let's get into this little outfit that we have on today, because I feel like this is so like classic and academia leaning, and a lot of stuff that I'm going to show you and walk you through today is like the complete opposite of that. I want to do something a little different. You know, we can go a little classic, we can get a little preppy here. So this is full polo, and then this hat, I forgot where I got this corduroy hat from, but I thought we have the beiges and the browns and the neutrals all tying together here. So that's my outfit. I thought it screamed fall. I like it, it's cute. I think I might have to rewear this, wear it out. Also, new video, that means we have new nails. That's kind of been my thing for the past few videos. Every time there's a new one, I have a new set on. So this is today's set. It's an almond shaped, I guess it's like a faux French tip with the outline, with the white outline. And it's a blue and turquoise ombre airbrush set. This is a little bit brighter than what I would normally go for, especially like with us being in September. I usually tend to start to lean towards my fall nail sets, but I don't know, I think the set is still fun. And we can't forget the pumpkin spice coffee and my little ugly mug, which I love. So the first items, I'll make this plural because there's multiple that I want from this designer, are the footwear and the boots from Ahluwalia. Ooh, I came across these literally the other day when I was just scrolling on Farfetch, just to browse, just to look. And they popped up and I was shook. Like, the design of these boots are like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It has a few of my favorite elements when it comes to footwear. I love a weird, ugly, irregular heel, something that's just odd and just like, why is that there? I love elements like that. And I love a good chunky like platform, something thick, something that's stacked on the sole. Two of my favorite things, and this boot has both of them. The first boot is the Vina thigh-high boot in black. I just think this is a gorgeous design. It has this sculptural heel, which honestly kind of reminds me of a chess piece. It looks like it's made of wood, like sculpted wood. For the platform of the boot, it looks like it is two different layers. In the middle, it looks like there is kind of like a corrugated leather panel, like sandwiched in between, if that makes sense. You'll see images of it, but this is a really innovative fresh design, in my opinion. Is something I would wear in a heartbeat. And to take the boot up another notch, we have her signature sort of wave pattern in the front of the thigh high, as well as two different textures. You have leather on one side and then suede on the other. So there's a lot going on in this shoe, which I love. A lot of good elements, a lot of good structure going on there. And if you don't know, Ahluwalia is a woman-owned brand. It is founded by Priya Ahluwalia, who is I believe Indian and Nigerian descent. And she is one of the premier British female designers, in my opinion. I love her. I have a few of her t-shirts and pants. I love her. I've been following her for years. I think she's definitely a big inspiration to me as far as how she's been able to grow her brand. A lot of her work leans more towards utilizing like upcycling for different dead stock fabrics and using colors, imagery, and fabrics based around her actual ancestry. So you'll see those nods to her Indian heritage and Nigerian heritage. She started her brand as a menswear designer, but has now branched out to include women's wear and of course footwear. We have another boot that is a little bit more of the mid-calf length. This one also reminds me of a chest piece, which I love, and then you do have the texture play with leather and suede. This boot is called the Chikari. It also has her own take on the classic cowboy boot with the black and white Western paneling here and the same idea with the sculptural heel. This is the Bana cowboy boot. It does have a little bit more of a cultural significance with some of the cutout imagery with the leather. So next we have one of my newly discovered faves. I found this brand I think late last year, and it is Bint Kahina. The founders are of Algerian heritage, and Kahina is Arabic for the daughter of Kahina, which is a North African warrior queen. Now to me, Bint Kahina is for the girls that like to take it there, that like to go there. The ones that do not mind getting extra stairs, that don't mind the attention. You like the drama, you like the dramatics, and Kahina is your go-to. And me personally, I like a little bit of that, so that's why I, gravitated towards them. What I want from them this season, they have this oversized leather trench. It is $7,500, but the craftsmanship on this trench looks immaculate. It is 100% leather and the lining is 100% silk. But what really got me is that it is a completely floor length coat, and it also kind of has a A-line shape down to the floor, so you could possibly do a trench coat dress situation if you wanted to. And it also is cinched to the waist, so you do have a bit of shaping there. It has like their signature shoulders and collar, which are these oversized stacked sleeves, and then this huge collar that once you like flip it up or pop it up, like you'll feel like the villain in like a Marvel movie, which I love. I thought that it reminded me of something that like Batman would wear, or like Nick Fury from Marvel. Like that's how like powerful and intense like the silhouette of this coat is. We have another jacket that is $7,500. It is this black and white fur cropped leather jacket. It kind of has that shearling aviator shape, and this fur collar is so sick to me. The way that it is shaped to frame your face, it's unreal. It's unreal. The next thing that I have my eye on from Bint Kahina are these high gloss quilted leggings, which are basically like over the shoe panels. Kind of look like leather liquid chaps. So that could be really cool to wear over boots. So the next brand is ASO Nigeria, which is a emerging brand that I found out about this year. And they have these fur culottes that I am obsessed with. They're in this really bright turquoise blue, which is skewing a little bit from, the fall color palette, but something about these shorts, like my wheels start turning in my head. I just love the idea of just like a big oversized fur short. Something about that I'm just drawn to. I do wish they would make these in more of a neutral color, so maybe like a black a brown, possibly a white. But honestly, the turquoise blue does not scare me at all. I feel like there's a way you could make this work for fall. So I'm keeping my eye on ASO Nigeria to see what they come with for their next collection. What I see so far, I really, really like. So the next designer is Jared Jacobs. I feel like I talked about him before on this channel. He specializes in one of my favorite techniques with leather, which is painting and airbrushing leather. And he, to me, is a master at it. I love what he's doing. I think he put his first collection out in 2021, but it's been up since then. And a lot of his brand centers around doing like matching sets. So you'll have a jacket with a matching trouser. So I'll pop up a few images of the leather pieces that I'm talking about because I think they're phenomenal. So I do want the matching jacket and pant. I want the whole thing. If I want to go there, I'm gonna go there. The next brand that I have my eye on, especially for footwear, is Masha Popova. I love her. I got one of my favorite pair of boots ever from her graduate collection. I think it was 2020. Yeah, she had an amazing graduate collection and she started to sell pieces from that collection, and I got me those boots, which I might go through my boot collection in a separate video. Like all my coats and then all my boots might be like separate because it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. But she has these tie-dye denim platformed wedge boots that I am obsessed with, and they're actually not that expensive. They're actually on sale on Essence. But I think these are so cool. They give very much rave, very much EDC. I think it's that little concave wedge shape we have going there, and then the toe of the boot kind of like slopes up too, which is interesting. And I think I might pull the trigger on these. So the next wishlist item is this coat from Junya Watanabe. This thing is luxury at its finest. I believe Rihanna already wore this like months ago, per usual. But it is this double-breasted peplum wool coat. So it has these faux fur shearling gores all around the hem of the coat, and it kind of has this like tuxedo bustle effect towards the back. If you look at it from the side, I love the shape and the volume that it creates. I would so wear this definitely as like a whole suiting component. So just do a full like black suit moment, kind of tying in the whole tuxedo elements of it. Brand is also one of my faves. This one, I have a whole cart already set up because I think I'm gonna pull the plug on a good majority of what he has already out for the season. It is the brand Alexandre Akal Katsi Chibili. And I feel like this brand kind of encapsulates what I would like my style to be on an everyday basis. This brand definitely sums up a lot of what I like in my own personal design aesthetic. And it's definitely a brand that is unexpected each season. Like you kind of never know what you're gonna get, which is something that I love in my own personal style. There's a few things that are in my cart right now. Yes, in the cart. Some things are things that I found on sale. Start with the shoes first. So they have this lace thigh-high boot, which is so sick. It is definitely reminiscent of the D Squared Riri sandal, which D Squared named after Rihanna because she wore those heels out back in what, 2015, 2016. So it definitely is reminiscent of that style. Thank God there's a zipper up the back and you don't have to actually lace up the whole thigh. But since this is a lace up sandal for the colder months and the colder temperatures, I definitely think that like putting a nice black sheer tight with this would be cool, or even playing up with like colored tights. Something that covers the leg completely but still adds a little bit of a pop. So I'm thinking like a color would be really cool to show through like the lace up. They have this faux fur coat with this kind of bondage collar, and the fur in the coat is kind of shaved down and layered where it looks almost like a scallop or like a fish scale pattern, which is so sick on fur. Like that visually is stunning. $2,000. Just for reference. They have this really nice single-breasted floor length overcoat. It is tailored to perfection. It also has that intentional hourglass shape. So it is, you know, corseted and tight to the waist, and then the hip does jet out and exaggerate a little bit. Honestly, something that every person needs in their closet. You need a classic black wool coat. I think for women specifically, you should go for something that is a little bit more tailored to the shape of a woman's body. So something that is more contoured to the natural curves of a woman's body. They also have that same idea in a lacquered vinyl faux leather coat as well. I mean, everything is good. Everything is good. For dresses, they have this faux leather side cut coat dress, which is just sickening. And they also have this one shoulder asymmetric denim gown, and it also comes with this inserted bra, so you have the side that is exposed, covered with this little bralette. And I think this is so sick, and it has buttons up the side as well, so you do get to show a little bit of leg. And it's in this rich dark denim with the classic top stitching. You could definitely like layer different tops underneath it. It's on sale for $5.77, which is not bad. I would definitely recommend this brand. Like I said before, all these brands are accessible via the sites that I will put in the description. To a few of the pieces that I have from some emerging brands and designers that I will be wearing for fall. This is just a small little capsule of what I have ready for the next season. Also, a little disclaimer, I don't know if I stated it before, but over here on this channel, we deal with experimental, innovative, and unique fashion. We like to shop at places that not everybody knows about. We support emerging brands. We like to push it there when it comes to clothing and accessories and footwear. My goal for this channel is for this to be a cultivated space that you can go to as a resource if you want to learn how to shop unique pieces, elevate and evolve your personal style, and also to learn how to develop your own stylistic sensibility. If you are the type of person that wants to stand out from the crowd, that wants to wear things that no one else has, where you walk into a room and what you have on no one else will have, no one else knows about, this is the space and the place for you, because that is what I'm about. The first piece is this amazing pair of pants from Mowalola. These are called the Stone pants, and as you can see, like I mentioned earlier, I am a sucker for anything that is painted or airbrushed on leather. Hey, you can't tell me these aren't it. These are vegan leather, and they sit pretty low on the waist. They're supposed to be like a super low ride leather pant. It has that like double exposure hyper realistic print where it looks like someone's hand is like, you know, touching on the legs and stuff. The next pair that I have are these jeans from Leje, which is a Korean label. I got these actually, I think in 2021, and I have yet to actually wear them, and I think you will see why. This is not an easy silhouette at all. So as you can see, all of the panels are asymmetric, and they all have a slight gap, kind of to give the effect of the jeans being like completely slashed at each panel. But it's a really cool visual effect where everything looks like it's like slashed and cut. So the next piece is something that I recently picked up from one of my favorite creative people, Cho Gi-sok, who is a Korean creative director, makeup artist, photographer. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen his work before. I think he is brilliant, and his visual eye is spectacular. But he has his own brand called Kusikohc, and that's just his name backwards. I'm obsessed. It mainly dabbles in menswear, but of course, menswear now, like what is it? It's definitely like more of a unisex brand at this point. And it is a piece from his Fall 23 collection. It is a part of a suit, but I did get the, of course, the blazer. I'll just show it. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. This green ombre leather blazer with all these floral laser cut details around the sleeve and the back, everywhere. You honestly look like a little sprouted evergreen flower wearing this. This is innovative, well crafted, just truly good design work. even down to the buttons. The buttons also transition with the ombre, which is a major key detail, which I love. And you also have these little eyelets throughout to kind of emphasize the floral, to kind of create a complete flower. The next piece is another jacket, and it's quickly become one of my favorite pieces. You'll see why. So it is this Figgy Studios bomber bolero with this gorgeous lattice pattern in the back with all that tufted nylon. It does kind of create a little bit of like a turtle shape in the back because it is so cropped. This does end up, you know, kind of curving out a little bit like this, and it hits like right under bra line for me. I have worn this once and I really like the way that I did style it to kind of tone it down a little bit. I wore it with like black pants and loafers and a button down, taking more of a classic menswear approach to it. And so the next piece is another graduate designer. This was a part of their whole graduate capsule. It is this wrap skirt in this really pretty pale blue leather, and it has a pop of orange wool as the lining. And this is by the brand Yulong Zia. This is a menswear piece, but it's a skirt, so I could wear it too. And it has all these really cool details, layers, and then it can snap off, it can zip up. So I think this would be a really cool look with some of my boots that I have. Last two pieces are from Lado Buchkava. I want to say I got this set late last year. It's this pierced nipple little mock neck tee. I thought this was a really cool play on body piercing, body modification. Their whole inspiration for their collection last year was kind of the piercing elements and how you could kind of pierce through different fabrics. So the second piece that I got from them are their pierced jeans, which these jeans are so heavy because of all of the rings and the grommets, and they all have these little detachable O-rings where these can actually clip off, or you can actually clip things onto them. These look really cool on, especially since the silhouette is oversized, especially with a nice pointed heel. Like, ugh, so good. Okay, so the last piece that I have for now is something that was a random find. It is this authentic leather jacket from the 1980s. It definitely has that 80s silhouette, so a strong power shoulder, cinched in waist, cropped length. And then you turn around to the back and you have this hand painted picturesque artwork of the MGM lion. So the story behind this was that this was an actual jacket sample made exclusively for the MGM Grand Hotel. I'll pop up the actual artist who did the artwork on this. He's apparently a famous like graffiti portraiture muralist, and he did this. It's all hand painted. Clearly it lasted because this was done in the 80s, the late 80s, 90s, and it's still pretty good condition.